Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Eric from Evil Cheese, and I'm here doing my top 10 games of all time. Just a quick top 10 list. Sitting out here, beautiful day, beautiful stairs. Why not do a top 10 list? Let's get it. My number 10 is going to be Kinfire Delve. Kinfire Delve is a really fast-paced, cooperative, almost like puzzle game that is skinned as like a dungeon crawl. And essentially what players are going to be doing is they're going to be getting through a well deck of enemies, obstacles, feats to overcome until they get to the bottom where they face off against the final boss, who's called the Well Master. And the Well Master can have various different forms, so you're never going to be quite sure what you're going to get or what strategies you're going to need to implement or what you're going to need to do. A really, really solid co-op game that keeps you involved every turn. Number 10, Kinfire Delve. Number 9 is kind of a forgotten game, and it's aptly titled because it's called Forgotten Depths. Forgotten Depths is another co-op game, and this is a more of a pure dungeon crawl, but everything is sort of parsed down to its most essential elements. The big claim to fame for this game is that when you're walking through the dungeon, you're also building it at the same time with little tile cards. If you ever played the game Karuba or even something like Suro, think that, where you're matching up paths and fighting monsters, finding treasure, finding hidden rooms. A really, really neat game for just 1 to 3 players, but super tight, super fun. Love it. That's Forgotten Depths. My number 8 game is going to be a lauded classic at this point, and it is Dune Imperium. And I like the original one more than Dune Imperium Uprising. Dune Imperium Uprising didn't quite do the things... Well, let me just say this. The things that I think that Dune Imperium Uprising added didn't quite work for me. And I thought Dune Imperium was already a fantastic, fantastic game, which is why it's number 8. But essentially what it is, it's a worker placement game / deck builder where you are buying up cards and playing them and getting your workers, or what they're called, the agents, out onto the board, and you're sort of manipulating the system from behind the scenes. You're making alliances, you're gaining spice, you're winning combats, etc., etc. Obviously, a really solid, very well-respected game. Number 8, Dune Imperium. Number 7, which used to be my number 1 game for the longest time, this is Shadows over Camelot. A game probably around 20 years old at this point, but still a fantastic mixture of a co-op and a figure-out social deduction, who's the traitor kind of game. Similar to another great game called Battlestar Galactica, but this one is so much tighter and quicker, which is why it gets this spot here. It almost creates a party-esque atmosphere of everybody wondering who the traitor is. Oh my gosh, how are we going to complete this objective? And then there's a lot of talking at the table. You go do this and I'll help you do this, but then wait, I got to go over here. Just a great, great time. Tense game. And every time you win or lose, it's always by the razor's edge. So that's number 7, Shadows over Camelot. My number 6 game was a little bit of a surprise to me, but it really is a fantastic game. I bought it on a whim one day, and I've always loved Sid Meier's, I'm not really sure how to say it, Civilization video games. And this comes as close to representing that game as is possible in a short amount of time, and this is Path of Civilization. Path of Civilization is a Euro game where each player is building up their own civilization, but you can focus on different aspects that you want to. There's religion, there's government, there's industry, there's war, etc., etc. And all turns are taken simultaneously, so the game really clips along. And while you're doing this too, you're also going through different events that have happened throughout history. So there's events like the invention of Sanskrit, or the Roman Holy Empire. And then there's even events that haven't happened yet, like the AI takeover yet. So anyway, Path of Civilization, great game. Super, super fun to play. Streamlined, easy. Number 6. So my number 5 game at this point is a undisputed modern classic now, and the Kickstarter for the new edition just ended, and this is Blood Rage. Blood Rage is a big dudes on a map fighty area control game that takes about an hour, maybe 2 hours, but it's just a in your face, let's get this done raw kind of game. But it's also a drafting game too. So at the beginning of each age, each player will draft cards, and that will sort of determine how your strategy will unfold that round. You can recruit, Viking mythology monsters. You can upgrade your generals. You can go on quests, etc., etc. The game offers a lot, and there's a lot of different ways to win. And sometimes winning a combat isn't as good if you manipulate it correctly to losing, which is always kind of a really neat thing that I like in games, how a little twist or turnabout can happen that was unexpected. So again, that's going to be number 5, Blood Rage. Number 4 has been a favorite of mine for a long time, ever since I played it in 2015, the first edition. Haven't even played the new edition, and this is Project Elite. Project Elite is probably as close as you're ever going to get to a first-person shooter video game being represented as a board game. This is a real-time cooperative game where essentially players are going to be fighting off aliens of all different kinds, trying to achieve objectives before time runs out or aliens kill them all, is essentially what's happening. But the really neat thing about this game is that it is real time. So players will be all rolling dice simultaneously for 2 minutes each round, trying to do things, trying to shoot aliens, trying to complete objectives, trying to help each other. And then after those rounds end, you kind of look around and you go, okay, what did you do? What just happened? I love that feeling every time I play that game. So yeah, number 4, Project Elite. Love this game for a long time. Don't see it ever going anywhere. There you go. Number 3 is going to be Ascension Tactics. I've not even played original Ascension, and I love this game tremendously. This is about as tight and as streamlined and about as fair as a skirmish one-on-one sort of combat game, which I think is where the game really thrives at, is in that area, because you can play it many different ways. But just a one-on-one combat, I will control this part of the board to get points kind of thing. For me, it's unparalleled. It's about as fair as those kinds of skirmish games can get. The game comes with like 30 or so different heroes you can choose to fight with. And the game is so balanced and so quick and so streamlined and just fun to play. I can't recommend this game highly enough, and I gotta get Ascension Tactics Inferno. That is next on my list. So yeah, if you haven't tried it, if you like skirmish or you think you are not sure about skirmish, kind of one-on-one, almost Magic the Gathering-esque fighting games, I would give this one a try. This is such a solid game. Number 3, Ascension Tactics. My number 2 game has been rising to the top ever since I played it not that long ago. And this is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking card game, and also the longest title in history. But this game, wow, it's so much fun. I would compare this game to maybe something like The Crew, or games like that. This is a cooperative trick-taking game where players are basically going through the first book of the Lord of the Rings series, the Fellowship of the Ring. They're following that story, but while playing a trick-taking card game. And no amount of minute things that happen in this novel won't make the cut for being a scenario in this game. That sort of aside, players are going to have special abilities. They're going to be taking on roles of like Frodo and Sam and Aragorn and Boromir and blah blah blah. And they're going to be playing scenarios like fighting the Balrog or escaping the Black Riders or meeting a farmer and saying hi to him. But the game is just so solid. It is super tense every time, but tense in that fun way where you can't communicate with each other and you just kind of sometimes have to go on a gut feeling. And that's what I really like about this game. So number 2, Lord of the Rings. And my number 1 game is a little known gem that is called Skytear Horde. There was a long time there where I have 2 small children, and I was not able to get out of the house and play games with people very often, which was fine. But to fill that need, Skytear Horde was there for me. At heart, I guess I am a Magic the Gathering player. That's sort of where my roots of gaming come from. And this game is essentially a really smart way to play Magic the Gathering almost solo against a myriad of different opponents. Essentially what it is, it's you have little decks of different kinds of civilizations in a fantasy universe, and you are fighting an onslaught of armies that are also from a fantasy universe coming through a portal, and your job is to close the portal and defeat the big bad. But the big bad can represent itself in different ways. It could just be like a monolith that is just there causing dark energy and slowly draining your life and just keeping armies coming. But then the enemy can also be some kind of undead animal tamer who has all these undead animals that he's throwing at you. And the list of enemies is just exhausting. It's so great. The replayability on this game is massively high. If you like Magic the Gathering at all and wish there was a way you could sort of get that feeling and solo, this is the game. All right. But even apart from Magic the Gathering, the whole system and the way everything comes together and the choices you can make is just really a thing of beauty. So that's my number 1, Skytear Horde. So hey, thanks for watching my top 10 video. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out our other videos on the channel. Later, guys.